All right, I'm going to give you a little help here if you're looking at this memo assignment that we're doing, table number 1 memo, um, with the step numbers 6, 7, or let's back it up, 5, step 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it'll be this set of steps right here, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9 if you want it. That we'll see how if we can get that. Okay. And these have to do with setting a tab. Um, and so I'm just gonna walk you through the steps on how to do that. Remember, you can pause the video whenever you want, undo, redo, watch it as many times as you need to. And so I'm assuming you have downloaded the file for this assignment. This is what the file looks like. And yours might look a little bit different if you've been working on it. But what we're talking about is these lines that are right here, these 4 lines, and trying to get them to line up, like all the colons line up, and stuff like that. And in order to do that, you have to set your tabs. Now, if you're ready to set tabs, make sure you have a ruler up here that you can kind of see. If you don't have a ruler up here, hit this view area and then click the check mark for ruler, and then your ruler will show up, and then that way you'll be able to see tabs as you put them up there. Okay. All right, so we're just going to take this step by step here. So step number 5, we're going to select the lines to, from, date, and subject, and the information behind the words. So there are 4 of these things that you need to actually select. So that would be this area right here. Now, if you've already done the steps previous to this assignment, these lines will probably be double spaced. If you're looking for the double spacing and you miss that, on the home tab right here, this button right here will lead you to double spacing. Okay, so you have these 4 lines of text selected, and you want to apply the tabs to these 4 lines. And there are a couple of ways to set tabs. I'm just going to take you through one way that we can use. Up here on the format menu, and that is on the word menu bar, not like on the, like in here anywhere. It's way up here. On the menu bar, you go to format and you go to tabs, and you're going to get a box like this that comes up. Okay. So basically, we just got to fill it in a little bit, click a few buttons, and we should be good to go. If you look at the directions, you are to set a tab, right alignment tab at the 1-inch mark, and a left alignment tab at 1.3 inches. So in this tab box, in the tiny little box up here at the top, you just type your 1 inch. You don't need to type the inch mark. It understands what 1 is. You don't need to type 1.0. Just 1 needs to be typed in the box. And then over here under alignment, you're going to click on that right dot and then click the plus sign, which then puts 1 inch in that big box. So you have 1 tab set at this point. Then the other tab that you set is at 1.3 inches. So in the little box, you delete that and type 1.3. Again, you don't need the inch mark, but this time the alignment is for left. So you click the left dot, you click the plus sign. Now you have 2 tabs set, and you can check your work. If I click on the 1 inch tab, I have a right alignment. If I click on the 1.3, I have a left alignment. If they're not right, you can delete them by clicking this minus sign and resetting them. Once you have your 2 tabs set, you just simply click OK. And if you look up here at your ruler, you'll notice you have an arrow that points to the left and an arrow that points to the right. And that is where your tabs are at. Okay? And so the next step that you are to do is step number 6. Now, it's important that when you do number 6 and number 7, that you really trust yourself. And we're just going to read this step. You're going to put the cursor in front of the word to. You're going to push the tab key 1 time. If nothing happens, this is correct. And I know that seems really odd. Everything on your screen looks exactly the same. So trust yourself that you did it. After you do step 6, you then change the location of your cursor to in front of the word Bob and then press the tab key one time. Both the words to and Bob will move now and line up with the tabs on the ruler. An arrow will appear in front of to and Bob. The arrow indicates that you press the tab key one time. All right. Now, if you're like, no, watch. All right. I'm going to turn my character marks on so I can see this. Okay. I'm going to click in front of the word to. I'm going to push the tab key one time and nothing happened. To didn't move over and not an arrow appeared. I now move the location of my cursor to in front of the word Bob. I push the tab key one time and both words moved, so they now are lined up under the tabs. And now you can see the arrow. The arrow is the character mark for whenever you press the tab key. Okay. Now you continue this. You go down to the from line. You click in front of from, tab once. Nothing happens. Move your cursor to in front of your tab and both move. Now look, see the colons are lining up. And the first letter of every word is lining up underneath the tab. Move on down to the date line. Tab one time. Tab in front of today's date, and they both move. And then you need to do that in front of subject and in front of adjusted cost. And now you can see the tab mark is left by the arrow. There's your character mark. And if I turn the character marks off, look how nice and neat all those colons line up. And then the first word of every line there lines up. And that is, let's take a look, is how you do steps 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.